Anime for blondes.
Might end up being my favorite character.
Really?
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
Hello, I'm Becca,
I'm Allie.
and welcome to
Anime for Blondes. Today we're talking about Jujutsu Kaisen episodes 9, 10, and 11. Is that right?
9, 10, and 11. That's... How many episodes are there in the first season?
26?
We're
We're almost halfway
We're
there.
almost halfway. That's crazy.
And that is crazy. It's going by really fast.
It really is.
And these episodes took a darker turn real quick.
That was like my first no. I was like, oh, we're getting darker.
Real quick. And at the time, Malachi was like, are you ready for trauma? I was like, it's fine.
Well, my thoughts are I'm gonna have to go into overtime.
Oh my god. So yeah, that's what I'm excited about.
That's how I feel right now. I'm like, we're going into overtime.
Redo. The second recording every day is overtime.
Yeah, seriously.
But yeah, very little Gojo these 3 episodes.
True. Where was he at?
So
What's our boy up to?
The joke is he's too powerful, so they have to write him out of other episodes and like send him away on other missions.
Okay.
Otherwise, there's no plot.
That makes sense.
But there is a ladybug in my house.
A ladybug?
That's a ladybug on the flowers.
What on earth? What are you doing, ladybug? How'd you get in here?
That's crazy.
Where did she come from?
She wants us to talk about Miraculous. I'm just kidding.
Podcast change. Miraculous.
Just anything animated. Yeah, very little Gojo.
That does make sense. And it's fun to meet new characters. I did write, like, the first note I wrote was, we're getting kind of dark. Okay.
Yeah. It's dark. We meet a character.
What's that kid's name? Uh-oh. She doesn't know the kid's name.
I don't know.
Oh, it's, Junpei?
Junpei. Okay,
With
thank
an
you.
N? Junpei?
I think there's an N. Junpei.
Let's see.
We can Google it real quick.
You have to Google it because I'm going to see spoilers.
Give me. I'm just gonna type emo kid from JJK.
I know, I just don't want you to see any of my embarrassing searches.
I don't think any of your searches could be embarrassing compared to mine.
I don't know. You didn't know what Rule 34 was.
That's not embarrassing that's embarrassing on my part. Emo kid. Junpei.
Junpei.
Yeah.
Was it pie?
Bei. That's pay.
I thought they said pie, though. Okay, well, him. I love him.
You do?
I want him to be good. I want a
his...
Zuko redemption arc for him.
You just want a Zuko redemption arc from anyone and you don't care who it is. You're like, Zuko redemption arc for Sukuna.
No, literally.
No Sukuna either.
No Sukuna.
No Sukuna, no Gojo.
But we do get a little fingy.
We did. I love that phrasing. We did get a little fingy. That was devastating. The second she showed up and you were like, oh, he has a hot mom, I was like, oh man, don't get attached.
That's so sad. I mean, I feel like they did that on purpose. They were like, let's make her hot.
Oh, for sure. 100%.
Let's make her hot so people like her.
And let's give her a substance abuse problem so that we feel even worse for this kid.
I feel for him so bad.
I do too.
Especially literally, that curse is evil. He told him. Yeah, he told him. He was like, maybe if it was my mom who died, I'd be...
And then he was like, ooh, okay, let me push
perfect.
you. Let me push you to the brink. Yeah, Mahito is the worst. I once told you that Sukuna ruined my life. Actually, that was a lie. Mahito ruined my life.
Okay, I see that more. We also got to meet...
Daddy!
Okay. Oh, okay.
That is Daddy.
Kento Nanami.
Yes.
Love that. He looks older. Like, Gojo doesn't look older to me.
And they're supposed to be the same age.
Yeah.
But I'm like, that's my headcanon? Not true. Nanami's in his 30s.
Yeah. I don't understand that. I did love how Gojo's like, this is my friend, and
Nanami's like, I'm not your friend.
And Nanami's like, I do not respect you. Like, okay, love that. I do feel like something I noticed these episodes, that I wanted to bring up is Yuji is such a like audience self-insert of like as he's learning, we're learning. Like
Yeah.
they explain things to him because he doesn't know. He didn't like he's new to this. So they explain how things work and we also get to learn that.
And they explain it with little video game illustrations.
I love that. And then so the other funny thing is he'll say things because he'll notice things. And it's almost like a fourth wall break. Like he was like when Nanami was brought in, he said, why do so many of these guys wear things covering their eyes?
Because he's got these crazy glasses, which I also don't think they ever explained that.
But I love that because it's like, I was also thinking that. I was also like, why do they have all these guys covering their eyes?
Because he is a sexy man without those glasses. He's a sexy man anyways, but like, the glasses...
I like them.
They put me off at first. Just because of the angle that they're in.
I think they look cool.
I think that's part of it. I think, so when people come up with anime characters, they're just like, what just looks cool? And then we'll write around that. Or they don't write around it at all.
And it's
like, that's just how they look.
That is funny when they do that.
But I love how... See, do you see why I call him daddy? It's not just because he's hot. It's because of his attitude. He's very mature. He's going to take care of business. He's going to get his job done. And he's leaving 8 hours after his shift starts. And if he goes into overtime, he's pissed.
I loved that. That was so funny. I love that his whole little bit is that he was just a Japanese salaryman. And then he was like, I hate that more than I hate doing jujutsu.
And fun fact, he's Malakai's favorite character.
Oh.
For that reason.
Oh, okay.
Because Malakai also is like, I would hate an office job.
Yeah. I mean, who doesn't hate office jobs? Like...
I love my office job.
Okay. Alright.
But that's because, what's the alternative? Jujutsu sorcery?
Yeah. I might choose office job over jujutsu sorcery. Depends on how good I am at it. Like, if I'm Gojo level, then
you don't care. Then it's easy.
If I'm maybe gonna die every time, maybe I'm doing the office job.
Yeah, I love that running bit he has. I love that his cursed energy increases, I guess, when he goes into overtime. I
also love that he multiple times tells we actually learn this episode that if you tell the meaning of your power or how your power works to the person you're fighting, it makes it stronger. He actually explains that to Yuji, which is another like him explaining it to us, which is cool.
I thought it was JJK, and I'm glad I was right a few episodes ago.
Yeah, so that's cool. And then we get to see him explaining it to Mahito later on again. Yeah. So it's like, oh, so this is just his strategy.
Just pay attention.
This is just his strategy that he uses.
And he says he's not a teacher, but here he is.
Yeah.
Teaching. I love him. Oh, and Yuji was like, he's like, I can't do anything right around him. And I was like, yeah, just like a real dad.
Aww.
That's only funny sometimes. So, the emo kid, Junpei, becomes friends with Mahito. That's the very first thing that happens. He's just trying to watch Human Centipede. Or not Human Centipede. Which is
so funny. I love that.
Specifically.
They've been really funny with the movies in this.
Yeah, the symbolism.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, I guess, if you didn't catch it, Human Centipede is about an evil scientist taking people's bodies and, like, turning them into a monster, and that's Mahito's power.
There's no way you've watched Human Centipede, right?
Huh?
There's no way you've watched Human Centipede.
I've not.
You read the Wikipedia.
I didn't read the Wikipedia. I will admit, I did not read the Wikipedia. I listened to the Dead Meat podcast episode on it, which is a horror movie podcast that I listen to.
That's interesting that you listen to a horror movie podcast.
It's because of the creators. They did Drunk Disney back when I was in high school, and I got emotionally attached.
Okay, that makes sense.
So anything that they make or do, I listen to or watch.
Okay. See, I have seen it, and it is a gruesome movie.
I know.
Like,
I don't need to watch it to know.
Yeah,
that
like,
it's
you
gruesome.
knowing what happens in Human Centipede is shocking to me. I'm like, there's no way I would bet so much money you've never seen it.
Nope, I've never watched it. I know the plot, and I was like, I don't need to watch that.
The crazy thing about Human Centipede, I did love that Junpei was, like, giving the lore of all the horror movies, like, the whole time. But the crazy thing about Human Centipede is that the third one is, so it keeps getting bigger and bigger. And the third one...
Wait, the one Human Centipede? Keeps getting bigger and bigger?
No, so the, like...
Or the background lore?
No, the goal of the perfect human centipede.
Oh, okay.
So they get new people to do it too.
Right.
But by the third one, spoiler alert for a 10-year-old movie.
3.
Yeah, for Human Centipede 3, they have a whole prison that they do it to.
Oh!
They do it to a whole prison.
Oh, God.
It's so crazy. And it's interesting because the person who does it is, like, someone who works at the prison, obviously. And they were inspired by watching the Human Centipede movies. So it's like a meta,
so it's
like out of universe. Yeah, it's that's so weird.
That is so weird.
So I really connected with Junpei and him explaining horror movie lore to his friends. I feel like I do that a lot.
I like that was his thing. So when he saw something brutal in real life, it makes sense why he's not immediately running away.
And it also made sense. He didn't have friends really, and so he was using movies to, like, connect and to get emotional, like, connection and do stuff, you know.
And of course Yuji, the character that all these other characters revolve around, because he's the sun symbolism. He's like, yeah, let's just chat, let's hang out, let's watch a movie and have dinner.
He is so genuine, and I just, God, I was really hoping, and I knew it probably wasn't going to happen, but I was really hoping that he would steal Junpei away and turn him
live
good.
Happily ever after.
Take him to Jujutsu. I still have a little bit of hope.
Okay. I don't know if you noticed, but in the opening to the show, one of the last, like, scrolls that it shows is Junpei sitting with the Jujutsu Sorcerer students outside under a tree.
Oh, okay.
And he's sitting with Yuji, and they're laughing.
I did notice that, actually, and I was like, for the first time, because I think my brain always just told me that was Megami, because he has dark hair.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, Megami's hair looks weird there.
Oh, okay.
I have a hard time with animation. I have a really hard time with animation, because I'm like, these are all, like, anyone with the same color hair, they're the same person to me.
That's a thing. That's a disease.
It's really bad. I have this actually in real life too. This is actually really bad. I have, like, face blindness.
Okay.
Like, I swear I could see you in public and I'll be like, I don't know if that's her.
Me?
Yes.
Wow, that is bad.
I could see someone that I could see my mom in public and I'd be like, is that really my mom?
Maybe what about Taylor? Is it?
Yeah, no, and it's happened where I've seen, like, close friends or Taylor or someone in public and I'm like, is that actually them? I do think it was worse before I had contacts.
Oh. Oh. Okay, well, when you put it that way.
But I swear, like, I do have face blindness, because even it affects my memory. Like, I can't remember what people look like after, like, too long of not seeing them.
Wow.
It's so weird, I know. So it's really bad. So I saw that scene, but just this last time, the last episode we watched, I saw that and I was like, wait, is this Junpei?
Yes.
So, okay.
So that's all I'm gonna say.
Good.
There is that. Okay.
He might end up being my favorite character.
Really?
Okay.
I don't know. Okay.
Obviously, I don't know much, but I really, like, love him. I feel for him.
I don't like the trope where, and I guess this isn't really fair because it does kind of reflect real life, but I don't like the trope where there's a kid who's being bullied, who obviously he's being treated badly. He's, like, in the right for hating all these people who are bullying him. I don't like the trope where they take that character and then they turn them into a terrorist.
And it's just realistic.
It is just, I know it's just realistic, but I hate
that.
it.
It is sad. Like, you want to see them rise above it.
I want to see them rise above it, and it's like, do I feel empathy for people who go through that in real life? Yes. But I don't feel but I don't feel like it's a thing where it's like, wow, if only the people around them were decent, because I feel like it's your own responsibility to learn how to handle your trauma. Because like lots of people get bullied, but like it's only a few who take it the wrong way who become terrorists.
Yeah.
So I just don't like that trope, and then I never had that thought about him until just now. I was like, wow, we're really doing this.
I guess I was seeing it from the perspective, I don't know what happens. And there's a scene where he's with the good guys, so I was hoping he turned good, but now I'm worried that he's going to be like a secret agent.
Ooh.
Interesting theory, guys.
I love her theories.
I think I have good theories, but they never end up being true. Like,
Is that true of every show?
No, sometimes I'm good. Sometimes I can guess. But like Akatar, why was I gonna say that?
I don't know. Did you predict Akatar?
No, I was thinking Attack on Titan, which AOT, like it's AOT, the same-ish letters.
AOT and Akatar, sure.
Yeah. So
is Aaron
Attack
Tablin?
on Titan? No. I thought that like in the first season, my theory was that they would end up finding, while out on scout missions, they'd end up finding a community of people that were like natives, and that were like working with the Titans, and like as if they were animals and stuff, and they were like living together, and that did not happen. But I still think that would have been cool.
Yeah, we always think we could like write the show better than how it actually is written.
Why didn't they hit me up?
I could do your job for you.
I would have added so much to the story. To the greatest story of all time.
I was gonna say, it's like the most beloved,
my favorite anime of all time. Loved it so much.
Your favorite anime of all time out of 2?
3 now.
We can't count this until it's done.
Okay.
Okay. So at this point, this is such a dumb question. Who's hotter, Gojo or Nanami, in your eyes?
Okay.
There is no wrong answer.
This is hard though, because I feel it like it's very. I have exceptions for both of them. Like, neither of them are perfect to me.
Obviously.
What do you mean, obviously?
They're not perfect. Actually,
Gojo's perfect to you. I feel like both of them are perfect to you.
Okay, they are.
You act like it.
Okay, Nanami is husband material.
But neither of them are my perfect guy in a show.
No, Megami is yours.
Megami is getting close. The only thing Megami doesn't have going for him is that he's a high schooler.
Yeah, I get that.
I always feel weird watching these, and I'm like, I like the high schoolers, because I'm like, is that, like, that's so weird. And I know, like, the voice actor is an adult, and, like, they really, like, they animate them and write them as if they're adults, like, they're very independent. So it's like, I don't think it's that weird. It's like watching a show that takes place in high school, but the actor is older.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I don't think it's that weird. But then every once in a while, they'll write them doing something very high school, and I'm like, oh, there's some high school. So Megami, it's like, when he's older, he'll be perfect. But for Nanami, I love his character design. I like that character design. I wish he had dark hair.
Oh, okay.
I like dark hair guys. What can I say?
I get it.
Gojo, I wish he had the character design of Nanami, the more manly character, or like character design. I do like him. I didn't notice really until you pointed it out, the difference in his hair down versus up when he's wearing the blindfold. Yeah. I do like his hair down more. Okay. When he was wearing those glasses, I was like, oh.
Right?
Okay.
Okay, so we did see
I liked
Gojo
his
enough.
normal clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we did see a little peek at him.
Yeah, because you were like, why is he wearing glasses? And I was like, because he wants to wear glasses today.
He was in off-duty mode.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
And it's so hot.
His whole little outfit was cute. He had his, like long sleeve black t-shirt that was a little baggy, black sunglasses. He was really cute, hair down. I thought he was really cute in that scene.
And his clothes are really good quality and really expensive because he's loaded.
How do we know this?
Because
this is part of the lore in the show?
Yeah, the Gojo clan is rich as hell.
But, like, how do we know his clothes are good quality? You're just assuming? Because he's rich?
There's a cut scene.
Oh, okay.
Or not a cut scene, a post-credit scene.
Okay. Good to know.
But, like, his clothes are good quality. You couldn't just tell looking at that nice long
really
black
cute.
shirt.
I'm trying to dress Taylor like that when we go to Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he was really cute in that scene. And I don't mind that he doesn't have dark hair because his hair is like he's a different vibe.
He's a different vibe.
It's not blonde. It's white. Whereas Nanami, he's blonde. I'm like,
But his attitude. Doesn't he have such, like, a Capricorn attitude?
He does have a Capricorn attitude. You know I like my Capricorns.
You love them.
Guilty.
I think we know when Gojo's birthday is. I don't remember it. But he gives me Leo energy.
Let's see.
Because he loves being the center of attention.
Gojo birthday.
Wait, don't look.
I'm so scared of getting spoilers, guys.
Wow, I was so wrong. He's not a Leo.
Scorpio.
No.
Gemini.
Further away.
Virgo. I just guess every single one. Aries.
He's a Sagittarius.
Astrology isn't real, guys. There's
and astrology isn't real.
There's no way he's a Sagittarius.
Well, what are the odds?
What are his moons? What's his moon?
Yeah, what time was he born? Actually, I think we could figure that out. Hey, Gege. I don't think Gege cares about astrology, though. I think he just assigned him a birthday.
Who the frick is that?
The author. Oh. Gege.
Gege.
Is there a different way to say it?
I don't know, but I did not know what you were talking about.
I forgot. Not everyone's just in my head.
It is too late for Gege.
Gege's crazy. I don't think he cares about astrology. I think if he did, then Gojo would be a Leo. Or a Gemini.
I could see Gemini.
For the symbolism
I also
of
like
it.
Geminis.
You do?
The Taylor's a Gemini moon.
Oh, okay.
I have to say Libra men.
Toxic as hell.
Libra women, best to ever exist.
Thank you.
Libra men. Same with, I have to say that about Cancer, too. Cancer men. Oh, I'm scared of them. Cancer women are pretty great.
I think we feel the same way about Pisces men. Do we just not like water sign men?
Probably. They're too emotional. Man up.
Man up is crazy.
Man up. Literally so offensive for no reason.
You got us canceled again.
No!
Bringing it back to Gojo in that episode. That's not even what we're talking about. But do you see why it's okay for him to be, like, cocky and full of himself? It's because he can prove it. No,
I still think there's a difference between being confident and cocky.
There is a difference. But I think cockiness, when you're just, like, a guy with no personality, is what makes it an ick.
I disagree.
Okay.
For me, it's literally any type of being cocky gives me the ick. And because I want to make them, I want to be the one, I want to be different, obviously.
Yeah.
That's my, like, main personality trait. So I see a guy that everybody is obsessed with and that thinks he's the shit, and I'm like, I will not give you that. I will not be another girl that is obsessed with you.
Okay.
And I've always been like that with, like, any crushes. Like, the popular guy at school, gross.
Harry Styles?
Ick. I feel like he's not overly cocky.
That's so true,
like, I'm not
actually.
a Harry Styles
That's so valid. You know what? I'm wrong for bringing that up.
Like, what celebrity male is too cocky? Like Tom Cruise. He's also a Scientologist, which that's also ick,
Leo.
Oh, Leo, but he's
got other
girls
problems.
There's
he's got other problems.
He's a guy that is perfect other than being too cocky.
Any of the Chris's?
I feel like it's kind of... the Chris is actually... Chris Hemsworth is a good one.
Yeah.
Like, he seems cocky and every girl's obsessed with him.
But again, he kind of has the right to be cocky. If it's about his looks.
He's hot. That's great. That doesn't mean anything to
I
me.
guess we don't know anything else about him, do we?
I thought you were going to say, we don't know anything about each other, do we? You're like, so true, Queen.
So true. We only share a brain cell and text each other the same thoughts every day. The blind leading the blind.
Oh, no.
No, we know nothing about Chris Hemsworth.
That's true.
Anyways. Okay. Where are we at?
All of those episodes kind of blend together.
They did. It's something... The thing about these episodes and a lot of this show... And actually, okay, this is an anime thing in general, especially for shonen. The thing about shonen is battles will last for like 12 episodes.
Exactly.
A single battle lasts for 12 episodes. So if you watch them in a chunk, it's like that whole chunk is one episode.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we really saw... So this was the Junpei arc.
Yeah.
This was we got to know him.
And the Mahito arc. Oh yeah, the humans.
Yeah, so like his bullies, Junpei's bullies, get turned into the creatures by Mahito and
by touching.
Yeah, and he's weird and stuff. And then Junpei, like, we really get to see his story of being bullied and nobody really understanding him. And
that teacher's weird as hell.
That teacher was super weird. We get to see that his mom struggles with substance abuse, smoking, and drinking.
R.I.P.
And R.I.P. He really, like, is upset with her about that, and that's something he really struggles with.
Because he wants her to do better.
Mm-hmm.
He wants, like, one person in his life to look up to.
Mm-hmm. Well, and he's young, and he's embarrassed about it, too.
Yeah.
And which is completely understandable. And we get to see Mahito really manipulate him and, like, kind of take over as a mentor for him for the worst, which
he
sucks.
Needs. That's the problem, is he needs a mentor.
Well, and that happens in real life all the time. That's why, like, gangs are an issue. Person. And yeah, so he
gets his own little gang scar.
Mm-hmm.
Which that's what that was symbolizing, right?
It's gotta be. I didn't connect that, but as you're saying, I'm like, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
And then we get a little glimmer of hope when they send Yuji and the assistant to go and see what his deal is, since they have the footage of him leaving the movie theater. And we get this glimmer of hope when Yuji just immediately connects with him, and it was so sweet. And Yuji is just such a bundle of sunshine. Love him. And they immediately connect. He gives him his phone to put his number in, and he even said, like, I was telling her, I was like, they're gonna be friends, he gets to have a friend. And then Yuji literally was like, how do you add a friend? I'm like, okay. Very heavy-handed, but in case you guys didn't notice, they're becoming friends. And then his mom comes up, and she offers to feed Yuji dinner, and he goes home with him. And it just is really sweet to see Yuji still be this, like, super trusting, like, innocent character, and I hope that he stays that way for a little bit. I feel like in these animes, often the main character does end up losing that.
Yeah.
I know Aaron did.
I'm having war flashbacks right now.
So I'm worried about that. I hope he gets to keep that for as long as possible. I really love that about him. And I still have hope for Yuji. Or not Yuji, for Junpei, but it's definitely not looking good.
It's not looking good. The more we're watching, I keep thinking about how, like, you had no idea that Yuji was a main character because no one talks about him. But as we're watching, I'm like, Yuji's actually so underrated in the community.
That is so interesting to me.
And I think it's because, okay, I always say I came to Jujutsu Kaisen for the hot men to see them kick ass. Admittedly, Yuji is very much a high schooler, not a hot man.
He's not.
So that's why I don't identify him as my favorite character. But he might actually just be the best character.
He's gotta be, right? He's the main character.
He's so consistent and firm in his beliefs
Mm-hmm.
and just kind and a good person, but he still has a capacity for hate, like how we saw he already hates Mahito for
Mm-hmm.
killing Junpei's mom, and he doesn't even know that it's him who did it. And for injuring Nanami,
Mm-hmm.
and he has no idea.
Well, and we even see him tell Junpei that he hopes that he doesn't have to kill someone, and when he does, he's still not going to want to. And I love to see that in a main character that's not just. It's kind of interesting. I mean, obviously there are two different situations, but I could see Yuji ending up in the same situation. He tells us his parents both died. He was raised by his grandpa who just died. He is left completely alone, and he could have easily ended up in the same scenario as Junpei. It's just this like luck thing of him being like talented and like sporty.
True.
And so it's this interesting dynamic of getting to see like the best case scenario of like overcoming your circumstances and the worst case scenario.
And I think, is this an example where it's like it's better to be sporty than it is to be a shut-in who watches movies all the time?
Is this sports propaganda? Is this jock propaganda?
The jocks are at it again. Yuji actually does belong, because he's such a good pure character who just wants to be there for his friends. He belongs in a lighthearted sports anime.
Oh, I know. Let's get him out of this one. Put him in another one.
And let's put Gojo in a
porn.
I was gonna say a shoujo, but let's get right to the point.
let's see what we're here for. The hot men.
Let's be honest.
The hot men kicking ass.
But I think I didn't think about this until just now, that it's a really big deal for Junpei to have a friend there all of a sudden. But also, we forget it's a month after Yuji's been brought back to life. He's not in his old school anymore.
Mm-hmm.
His only jujutsu friends think he's dead. He's had almost no contact with anybody, and we know how much of a social and loving person he is. It's a ginormous deal for him to be making a friend too.
I did not realize they still thought he was dead.
Yeah, they still think he's dead.
A month later, so the games haven't happened yet.
No.
Wow.
I think they said when they first brought it up, they were like, yeah, the games will be in 3 months.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Are the Kyoto people just staying there until then? Or were they just visiting ahead of time?
I think they were visiting ahead of time.
That's interesting. Okay. I thought they were happening like
they were visiting
right
ahead of time,
then.
I think, because the principals had to meet with each other.
Oh, okay.
And they just tagged along.
Okay. I thought they were happening like right then because of that.
Okay, that makes sense. I get that.
So I've been confused. I was like, oh, they skipped the games.
No, we see.
Like, we're not gonna get to see the games.
We see the games.
This is gonna ruin the tour.
Not the tour.
But yeah, poor Junpei.
Poor Junpei. Poor Yuji.
Poor his friends that still think he's dead. I did not realize that.
Yeah.
Sheesh. Oh, well, that'll be a fun reveal. I'm glad I know now. I would have seen the reveal and I would have been like, oh wait, they still thought he was dead.
You would have been like, what's happening?
And like, they know this.
This is
already.
why you can't paint your nails while you're watching the show.
That I would not have. I wasn't painting my nails when that happened. That was last
okay,
time.
that's so true.
But yeah, I really liked those episodes. I thought that was a really fun.
Even though they were darker?
I think I liked them more because they were darker.
Okay.
I think I like the darker. The more frilly surface level, it's like, I don't know. It's like, why am I watching?
For
like I
joy?
need something.
Okay. I'm really scared for when I make you watch a romance anime.
I mean, if there's a good romance, then that's what will keep me going.
Okay. I've been putting a lot of thought into this too.
Okay.
Anyways.
We're not even through our first one.
No, we're not, but we're steamrolling through these.
We really are. I think the last thing we really need to talk about is the mom of it all.
Oh.
And like the kind of ending situation.
Yeah. I mean, we kind of touched on this, how I don't like this event that happens in fiction and in real life. I guess I can't call it a trope if it's real.
Yeah.
So his mom wakes up and she's like, oh, I gotta clean up. So she is responsible.
Mm-hmm.
Not only did
She's
she make
trying her
dinner, she was
best.
gonna clean up.
Mm-hmm.
We see another one of Sukuna's fingers appear, and
that dang fingy.
yeah, we got fingered, and then a giant creature appears behind her, a big curse.
I hated
and
that.
Presumably chops off her bottom half and kills her. Presumably.
Very interesting that, actually. So in my head, I was thinking that it was Mahito, like, doing that, and I was like, so he only turned her bottom half into, like, how would that work? But it wasn't. They just planted it.
Yeah, they just planted it, because if it was Mahito who did it, Junpei would have recognized it. Because he knows what people look like when he kills them.
So true.
And he doesn't want it to, Mahito doesn't want it to know that it was him.
Okay. That makes sense.
And then
yeah, so just chomps her and leaves ice covering her, which is interesting.
So I don't think the curse left ice covering her. Junpei discovered her body at the table, chopped in half, moved her to her bedroom, covered her bottom half in ice to preserve it.
He wants Mahito to
fix her?
To fix her.
I didn't think about that.
So that doesn't happen.
I'm sorry to spoil that.
My theory.
I never even considered that was a possibility, but I totally see why you would think that. I thought he was just doing it to be, like, respectful to his mom's body before the police find it.
Well, apparently that's true.
No, but you could totally be right, though, and we just don't know. You could be right.
Oh, it just happens behind the scenes.
You could be right that that's what he wants.
Okay, true. It just doesn't end up happening, guys. Don't worry.
I'm sorry. So he goes to the school. He's got, like, a curse with him.
Yeah.
That's, like, attacking everyone. Oh, okay. This is also setting up future events. We see Mahito and Geto on the roof.
Mm-hmm.
Mahito chants a little ditty, and then darkness covers the school.
A little ditty.
Yeah. That's my word choice. Darkness covers the school, and they say no one can get out, and only a few people who have, like, low or no cursed energy can get in.
Mm-hmm.
So it traps everybody inside.
Yeah.
That's important.
Okay.
And then, yeah, they're like, okay, we're gonna let this kid kill everybody. Here you go, get revenge.
Yeah, and very interesting that, like, this new character just pops up that he, like, is like, this person would have left the finger. Like, who is that guy? He's just some random guy who goes to school with that's rich? I think he's one of the
guys who bullied him.
I feel like I thought it was just the three that bullied him.
Was it the guy
Maybe he was one of the ones that beat him up when they shut the door?
The classroom.
Okay. See, everybody looks the same because it's animation.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
Also, if we only have like 30 seconds to see these characters.
Exactly. But yeah, it definitely is interesting that they were able to manipulate him that easy. Because
Mahito's hugging him in that scene. He's hugging him.
I'm pissed.
Which is crazy because Mahito's whole power is if you touch him, you get turned into a creature.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was really interesting.
Interesting, too, that we learn Mahito is just a kid, too.
He's a baby curse.
Also, okay, we have this whole, like, kind of lore that's just, like, sprinkled in really quickly. So he is the curse from, like, human fear. Created from human fear. And then there's also curses created from, like, fear of the ocean.
Okay, yeah.
This is some crazy, like, I don't even know how to touch that.
Well, where did you think curses came from?
I don't know. I didn't think.
I guess you don't really need to, but...
He said that, and I was like, no way!
I blew past that because I was like, oh, they're talking about philosophy right now.
Well, I find that interesting.
It is interesting.
That's like they're explaining the lore on this, like, deep level. I'm like, oh, I didn't realize. I thought they were just monsters.
And that makes sense, because Gojo, when he explains how to use cursed energy, he's like, you use it by channeling your negative emotions to a certain extent at all times. So I guess that's why.
Yeah, like too many negative emotions create
a curse
that like grows life, basically.
I think that's also true in the show Noragami, which is also about demons, but I could be wrong.
Okay.
Fun fact.
Maybe this is like a Japanese cultural thing.
Yeah, I could see that. Oh, okay, they were talking about their philosophies, and so far the thesis, because I was an English major, I'm like, the thesis of the show so far is the question of like, is humanity itself worth saving?
Yeah.
Because the curses are like, humans are impure because of their humanity. We are pure raw emotion, therefore we're better than them.
Yeah.
And Yuji's like, I care about my soul and how it affects others, and I care about humanity. So he's like an example. I think he's a good example of a soul that's like pretty pure.
Yeah.
And contradicts their argument.
And maybe that's what we need to fight them.
The Jujutsu Kaisen was the friends we made along the way.
Maybe that's the plot of the show.
Weird. It's almost like that actually is the moral of like
the story
of like every shonen.
So true.
Like, I hate to say it.
I hate to say it, but
I actually love that about shonen and shoujo. There are these tropes, and they're not required, but they're just like such charming connections between them all. And I love that about genre in general, but especially with shonen and shoujo. The similarities, like, you know what's gonna happen, but that doesn't usually prevent you from enjoying the story.
Yeah.
I genuinely did not know what was happening through most of this. I couldn't predict a lot of it.
I feel like I do like that about shonens, you said?
Yeah.
That's what it is? I've liked the shonens I've watched so far because they seem to, as tropey as they are, they don't do what I'm expecting them to do, and maybe it's because I haven't watched enough animes yet that like I'm picking up on it.
Yeah.
But I'm picking up on some of it. And it's still like they don't do the obvious thing that I think they're gonna do.
Not always, no. And the thing is, you're picking really good shonen to watch.
I know. I'm watching the
My
top
Hero,
3.
Yeah, My Hero Academia, Attack on Titan, and Jujutsu Kaisen are like
the
top 3. So actually, it's just gonna get worse from here.
Awesome.
No, I don't think that. Hunter x Hunter is one of my favorite things, and I don't ever talk about it a lot, but it is actually really good. But it does have a lot of those same tropes. Concluding thoughts? Was there anything else you wanted to add?
I was excited to meet Nanami.
Yes! Okay, do you see...
Do I see Gojo, how he's daddy?
Gojo is so childish that, like, that's why... And pretty.
He's goofy.
And pretty, so that's why he's baby girl.
Okay.
And Nanami is daddy.
For sure.
And Nanami, like, parents Gojo a little bit against his will.
Who's mother?
Actually, that is a spoiler. I can't say who mother is.
Is it a woman?
No.
Okay.
No.
I kind of, the sexism in me didn't want it to be a woman.
How dare they make this mother-coded character a woman?
I'm excited.
Or if you wanted, Nanami could be mom and Gojo could be dad.
Yeah, but I think it fits for daddy and baby girl.
I think
we need mother. We need mother to come in.
Actually, we might have a woman mother. You're like, no, I don't want that.
I want the original mother.
Okay, well, keep your eye out for mother in the coming episodes.
Oh, is it gonna be soon?
No. Oh. I'm talking to the audience.
Okay.
To our listeners.
I was like, oh, next time we'll meet mother?
Actually, I don't know, because it's moving so much faster than I remember.
You keep saying that.
And I was like, wow, this happens already?
Yeah, you keep saying, like, I didn't know that they already introduced this concept in this person.
Yeah. They're like, it feels so fast.
You probably weren't watching it as fast when you originally watched it.
I wasn't. I was watching it on occasion, and then with Malachi, and then I was like, hey, I want to sit down and watch Jujutsu Kaisen all the way through. And he was like, why? And I was like, because I've been seeing edits of this really hot guy, and I just want to know what he's about.
Classic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had really, I hope that the show keeps going on this trajectory, because I'm loving the darker angle. I feel like we really are in it, and
we're in the Jujutsu.
We're in the Jujutsu. We know the characters. I'm sure there will be more fun characters. I'm excited to get back to the friends.
There's so many characters.
Oh my gosh.
Still.
That's how it always is. I hope that it's not an Attack on Titan situation where everybody you ever care about dies and don't get attached. So we'll see about that. Oh.
I'm just trying to keep a neutral face.
But I'm excited. I'm actually loving it so far.
Yay, I'm so glad.
I know I'm supposed to be, part of the bit is I'm supposed to be pretending to not like it.
That you hate it?
Yeah.
To be different
and
special.
Unfortunately,
the content is too good that you can't do that.
This is what happens to me with every anime
that you've tried. You're like, I don't know.
I'm I'm an anime hater, and then every time I sit down and watch an anime, I'm like, okay, but actually I love it.
That's because they're good stories, and it's just because they're animated and often in a different language, and the translation can be weird. And if you're not used to that style of animation, it's where something's different, and so you don't like it just because it's different.
Yeah.
And it's not really your fault. That's just your initial instinct.
It's definitely hard to get into things that are unfamiliar to you.
Yeah. I just rewatch the same shows over and over again.
I love my comfort shows.
Same. What if I told you I'm getting a lot of comfort from rewatching this first season?
Okay, slay.
I knew that it would heal me.
Okay.
And I was like, maybe that's crazy, but it does feel healing. I can't tell you why, but it does. I feel like I'm getting closure.
Oh.
Take that however you want. Oh!
Can't wait for Gojo to die.
So if you're listening to this when it airs, I'm pretty sure the manga is officially over.
Wait, when does it end?
As of right now, we've got 3 more chapters. And if we've got 3 more chapters and you're listening to this, that means the crazy thing, the ultimate crazy thing just happened. And some of you might think it feels rushed, but I feel like it was the whole point anyways. And we will talk about that more.
Don't you dare leave spoilers
in the comments. The 2 people who are listening to this, don't you dare.
Don't you dare ruin this for me.
Because she's actually liking it. Actually, you love spoilers.
I love spoilers, but for things like this, I do actually try to not look at them.
Okay. I respect that.
I do. I try to, if it's something where I know there's a big reveal, and especially if I'm watching with someone else, I really do try to respect that sanctity.
Yeah. This whole thing, I discovered what the third win was. Remember when I was like, this is a win-win-win?
Okay.
The third win. Okay.
Wait, what were the first 2?
Okay. The win for you, the win for both of us is that we get to make content.
Okay, fun.
We finally get to make a podcast that we've both been wanting to just make a podcast.
Yeah.
The win for you is you get to have a creative outlet to make again content, but you're not getting paid for it. This is for fun, so there's less pressure.
Okay.
So you get to be creative. The win for me is I get to hang out with you.
That's the third win.
But also the win for me is I finally have someone to watch these shows with.
Okay. The win is the friends we made along the way.
No, literally, just like Jujutsu Kaisen.
Just like you guys.
You're our friends. Did you get a friendship bracelet?
That we're making along the way. If you didn't get one,
maybe we'll make a Patreon eventually.
Girl,
and then
you
mail
read
you.
my mind. That's
I told you we have the
say.
same brain cell.
Yeah, can you
give it back? So maybe we'll make a Patreon and then we'll mail you a unique friendship bracelet because there is no rhyme or reason to these. We're just putting pretty beads together.
We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Have to wait and see.
You'll have to tune in for next week for our Halloween episode.
Girl, I love Halloween.
I know you do. That's one of the first things you and Taylor did together is Halloween.
Yeah, that's true.
And I love any excuse to dress up.
Same. Dressing up, Halloween.
Themes.
Love it.
Themes. So yeah, we're going to be dressed up for our next episode. If you're only listening to this, I recommend you watch it.
Yeah, we
on
do
our
have
YouTube
a YouTube
channel.
just in case you weren't aware. If you're a Spotify, Apple podcast listener,
I do
wherever
admit
you listen.
I am a Spotify purist.
See, if there's a video option, I'm watching the video. So,
and that's good of you.
So check us out on YouTube. It's going to be the same thing, Anime for Blondes, and you get to see what we look like. See if you know what I hear a lot on podcasts, that people get the voices mixed up of who each person is.
Okay.
So see if you've put the right voices to the right face.
That's so interesting. I feel like it's impossible to mess this up. I feel like you sound exactly how you look.
I mean, same.
But I think that's because we know each other.
So let us know if you got it right or if you had a swap. That'll be only a little bit of existential thinking after that.
But... Which one of us do you think is the pink one if you're listening, and which one of us do you think is the red one?
Which one? It seems so obvious.
It does. It seems obvious to me too.
But let us know, and seriously, if you are listening to this at all, you're crazy. Don't know why you are.
Yeah, did you make it this far? Did you get this far? I don't know how long we've been recording this one.
But if you want more, do all the usuals. Comment, follow us. Leave a review if you're feeling generous. And we'll be back next week with our Halloween episode!
Every Monday. We release every Monday. And don't forget to follow us on TikTok and Instagram.
Yep, the girly social medias only. We will never make a Twitter. We will never.
I don't want to make a pact about that.
I'm committed.
I think it would be great to see how long we can go without making a Twitter.
We'll see.
But yeah, definitely Instagram and TikTok.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see you next week.
See you guys. Bye.
Anime for Blondes.